My mom drove up to my farm in a brand new Porsche to ask me for money, and I gave it to her. Every single penny. My parents divorced when I was 10. Why? Because my mom had been cheating on my dad, a hard-working farmer just trying to hold everything together, with some rich dude who could give her the high life. And when everything came out, she didn't just leave my dad. She looked at me in that custody hearing and told the judge she wanted nothing to do with me. Left me behind like I was a piece of luggage she forgot to pack. Took my brother and sister. Married her side piece a month later. And acted like I didn't exist, unless there was a family photo op for social media. I'm 20 now. I work on the farm with my dad, and I hadn't heard from this woman in years. Until one morning at 7:30 a.m. I'm out at the feedlot, feeding cattle. Got a jar of tobacco in. Just vibing. When my dad walks up with this look on his face. Throws a cigarette he couldn't even get lit. Didn't say a word. He didn't have to. I look up and see a brand new Porsche rolling onto our property. Out steps my mother. And I'll describe her like this. Imagine someone did a really bad job of combining James Charles and Jeffree Star's heaviest makeup looks at the same time, threw in some bleach blonde highlights, and a spray tan so deep it would make Trump look pale. I always wonder if she'll ever do a face reveal, so the world can see what's underneath all that. I walked up and said hello like a normal person. She looked me up and down, wrinkled her nose, and said, and I quote, "Don't you have anything better to wear besides those filthy rags? And take that wad of chewing tobacco out of your mouth. I'm embarrassed you're my son looking like that." I said, "These are work clothes." I was working. The tobacco just kicked in. "What do you want?" Then she hit me with it. She wanted me to hand over my inheritance money to my half-sister, who has never once spoken to me in years. Here's the backstory. My grandpa set aside $25,000 for every grandchild, money they could use for college or a car once they turned 18, as long as they graduated or got their GED. Simple. When my mom left, she went to my grandpa and demanded he extend that same money to her new husband's kids, my brother and sister, who were not his grandchildren. My grandpa said absolutely not. And out of spite, he took the money originally set aside for them and moved it all into mine. Said only his real grandkids were getting a dime. When he passed, my dad added part of his own inheritance on top of that. So when I graduated, I walked away with $93,000. I spent $27,000 on a tractor. The rest is sitting in savings. And this woman, who abandoned me at 10, who has never called to check on me, who uses me as a prop in family photos and nothing else, showed up to my workplace at 7:30 in the morning to demand I hand it over, because my grandpa was, and I'm quoting her here, an asshole. I asked her why my sister couldn't just ask me herself. She said, she shouldn't have to ask you. I asked if they were already paying for college. She said yes, tuition and housing, but my sister shouldn't have to work a low-level job just to have fun money. I said, then give her fun money yourself. She said college was expensive and couldn't I just help a little? And that's when the idea hit me. I fake apologized. I told her she was right, that I should give her something, that I'd run to my truck and grab my checkbook. I walked to my truck, and I dug through every cup holder, every door pocket, every random corner of that cab. 20 pennies. Every little bit helps, right? I walked back, smiled, told her to hold out her hand, and dropped them in one by one. She stared at her palm. "What is this?" I said. "You said a little bit could help a lot, so there you go." She went completely silent, and then from somewhere behind me, I heard my dad bust out laughing. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Fikchaksu, you will give your sister what she deserves." I said, "Sure, when you do a face reveal I will." She told me to go fikcha myself and floored it out of our driveway, and I went back to feeding cattle. So let me ask you this, am I wrong? Because apparently I'm the bad guy for not handing over money my grandfather left me to a sister who won't even text me, requested by a mother who chose a Porsche over her own kid. Drop your verdict in the comments. I'll be reading every single one.